on the trending topics. I know, guys, you guys have been seeing this for this whole week. So the news came out from Sunday that there was a little girl who unfortunately had a bad experience at a theme park, Sesame Street, and I'm going to show you guys real quick that. So let's go to that real fast, and we'll talk about it on the other side. So here we go. Right there, what you saw was two young girls getting totally denied any kind of interaction. The mother who took that video, is it Jodi Brown, I believe her name is, said that immediately after this moment, immediately after this, because if you go back and look at it, and I'll rewind it real fast. If you go back to the beginning, the person in the Rosita costume for Sesame Street interacts with, right there, the little girl right there, old boy right there. Another high five to another person. And then right here, clearly telling other people, no, no, no. And then making, if you don't know, the eyes are located right here for the person in the costume where the mouth is. So this person sees these two little girls. Now telling these two girls to their face, no. Now, if you're telling people out in the distance that I can't come out there because I got to keep it moving, that's one thing. But these two little girls were right in front of you. You could have at least given a high five like you gave the other people a high five. And who the mother said he or she in the costume continued to give other people high five. But to totally ignore these two girls, I'm sorry. That to me that was done on purpose. And there's no pass on that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I just don't really understand the thinking behind that, and especially for them to say, "Well, they couldn't see, so it wasn't intentional."
Yeah, that was their first response. Yeah.
Yes, you can, and it's very obvious that you're looking directly at them and waving them off like, "Go away." It was not like I can't see you.
Yeah. Here's why that I didn't see you excuse doesn't fly. Because you can see your way down the road, and you pretty much have a glimpse of what's ahead of you. 8 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet down the road. So you know that there's kids to your left. You got to keep to the right of them, and keep a straight line to keep the parade moving. So you knew those girls were there, and you picked it. The fact that here's what doesn't make sense: the fact that you gave a high five to one white person, skipped them, and then gave another high five to another white person. According to the mom, she didn't record it. It's not a good look. It doesn't help your cause, and it just makes this look even worse. So Sesame Street. No, before that, this is what their mother said on her Instagram. She took the Instagram and said, "I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep posting this because this had me hot. We were on our way out of Sesame Place, and the kids wanted to stop to see the characters. This disgusting person blatantly told our kids no, then proceeded to hug the little white girl next to us. Then when I went to complain about it, they looking at me like I'm crazy. I asked the lady who the character was, and I wanted to see a supervisor, and she told me she didn't know. I will never step foot in Sesame Place ever again, and please feel free to repost this. Actually, run me my money back. So mad I stopped the video, but it got me so mad when he blatantly told them no." So, and she calls herself out on it. She was so upset she immediately stopped the phone, stopped recording, and didn't get the rest of the interaction afterwards. Even so, a lot of people jumped on this one and pushed it. We were saying earlier that Sesame Street, they made a comment saying they tried to defend it at first. They probably didn't see the kid. There's no way. You can see down the road. you can see those. You can see that. If the bottom line is with performers or customer service or anything if you're willing to do it something, if this is a public space, if you're willing to do something for one person, the second you do it, you got to do it for everybody. That's just fairness.
And if you're going to try to say, oh well, they have to keep moving, they have to do, then you need to put them all on the cart, like the ones behind that don't have access to touch people, and they're waiting, but they're just moving forward, and there's no way to get any confusion that you were giving some more than others or whatever, if that's what you're going to try to come out with on this.
Just a
obviously
quick high
I don't
five
buy
or
that,
something.
but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's not an acceptable excuse. You're
a quick high five or something on the way down the road. I just to keep it moving. That's one thing. But a total no, saying no to the person probably behind behind the camera is one thing. But saying no to the little girls that are right in front of you when you were just willing to do it a second ago, even I can understand not a hug, but something, because you did that little for other people, and it's just going to make you look bad. So after the backlash came down from when people were not buying the whole that he probably didn't see them excuse, they didn't like that response from Sesame Street at all. So Sesame Street had to come back with another response, which said this was from Sesame Street Workshop. Sesame Workshop is aware of the recent incident at Sesame Place, Philadelphia, which we take very seriously. Yeah, now you do. What these children experience is unacceptable. We have been in contact with Sesame Place, our licensed park partner, and they have assured us that they will conduct bias training and a thorough review of the ways in which they engage with families and guests. As a global nonprofit educational organization with a mission to help children grow smarter, stronger, and kinder, Sesame Workplace has always stood for respect, inclusion, and belonging, and is committed to providing the highest quality, engaging experiences for all children and families. We hold our partners to the same high standards. We will continue working with our long-term partner, Sesame Place, to ensure that appropriate actions are taken and that the incidents like this do not happen again in the future. I would argue that Sesame Street kind of has already has a history of doing, like, look, like on the damn show itself. You got Dave Chappelle talked about this. You got a homeless Muppet that lives in a trash can that's complaining constantly about how the economy let him down. And then what do the kids say every time he comes to complain about keeping the damn noise down because he's trying to sleep? The kids just get in his face like, "Shut up, Oscar! You wonder why we step over the homeless and don't and ignore them all the time. Sesame Street trains us to do this." I don't know. Am I crazy? What do you think about this? About the response from Sesame Street?
I mean, they should have said that from the beginning, because obviously, your higher ups, your owners, aren't training people to do that. That's a worker or whatever. But yeah, you really that should have been the answer from day one. Like,
Instead of, nuh-uh.
we don't. Yeah, like we just heard about this. We'll get to the bottom of it, and we'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Instead of being
sure
like, I don't think.
No. Don't ever. Because the second they came out with that lame excuse and the backlash came from it, then other people who had video footage of the exact same thing started to come out. So yeah, I know that this isn't technically Sesame Street. This is an affiliate. It's a Sesame Workshop. It's owned by SeaWorld, I heard.
I don't even know.
And it's but it's all the same brand. So they had to get on top of this real fast. That's something that's gonna make your whole empire look bad. So I don't know. I think it's about time to get Oscar a house. And I feel also bad for the Latin community too, because this person was inside of the costume of the first bilingual Hispanic Muppet or Sesame Street character, and stuff. You making them look bad too. Like, oh no, that's not how. No, we don't do that. You know what you doing? You representing them bad too. So whoever was in that costume, I mean, look, all I know is Miss Brown better not ever find out your name because she is ever so pissed.
Well, I mean,
right now. So.
When you take your kids to a place, Disney World, whatever, those tickets. Even here in Texas, we don't have a Disney World. We just have our standard Six Flags.
Bring back Astro World.
There's no real characters at those places, but still, those tickets have gone up to $50, $60, $70, $80 for a day. I can only imagine Sesame being that it's so for kids. It's probably more because I know the Disney World and Disneyland tickets are astronomical. Yeah. So I'm like, if you're paying that kind of money. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Yeah, you don't want to try. Yeah, I didn't pay for you to traumatize my kid. And then on top of that, she says that this was the end of the day. She was ready to leave, and at the last second, she and look closely at this. At the little girl's backpack, right there, right on the backpack, you got the Cookie Monster. So these little girls are from Sesame Street fans. Well, I mean, this experience.
They should be because clearly I get you're not a celebrity per se, but the training should be very similar. And the fact that we know that you're hot, we know that you can't breathe, we know all that stuff, but these are little children who don't know the difference. Don't know that. Yeah. They don't know, and they don't care. They just know that you're their favorite, and you have to treat the first one as happily as you treat the 18,000th one, because they don't know. Yeah. They're just there to see you because you're their favorite.
Now, to be fair, there's a lot of abuse that happens to these people that wear these costumes.
That.
And a lot of people, especially like in Disney World and stuff, they treat people really badly. So people who a lot of them put up with a lot of stuff. But this is not one of those situations. Again, you were willing to high five the person in front, and allegedly, according to Miss Brown, to the person behind. So that was a choice. You made that decision, and sensitivity training, whatever it's called. That's not enough. That's not gonna do nothing. That's not gonna change that mindset. If that person did that on purpose, look, if you were not gonna give high fives or hugs anymore, if that was the last one you were going to give, then according to Ms. Brown, you shouldn't have given it to the very next kid. That's the part that makes it. I'm sorry, they're going to think it's racist because of the person. If it's a white person in the front, a black person in the middle, and another white person afterwards, it's the only conclusion I'm going to come to. It's because it's blatantly what happened. If whether you feel like there could be a black person in that costume for all I know, but that you really should have known better. Then that makes it 10. That would make it 10 times worse. What you doing, sell out? but I don't know. So hopefully they don't go through this stuff again. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully Oscar will get a house after this because it's about time that things need to change. Sesame Street. I don't know. We don't need them to be getting all thugged out.